All right, everybody, welcome back. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Blackest Heart and The Forgetting Moon, both published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing Patrick O'Brian, Post Captain. This is book number 2 in his Master and Commander series of seafaring adventures starring Jack Aubrey, the captain of the ship, and Stephen Marturin, his first mate slash buddy slash botanist slash biologist slash scientist slash whatever. Never before in the history of literature, well, this might have come before Lonesome Dove. I was going to say never before Woodrow Call and Gus McCrae. In The Great Lonesome Dove, has there been a pair of adventuring characters that are so fun to read about, quite like Jack Aubrey and Stephen Marturin. They do compare to Woodrow Call and Gus McCrae from Lonesome Dove, just in their banter, their witty banter, the way they get along and the way they disagree, and all that stuff. That is the charm of these books. The Master and Commander series is, let's see how many books are in it. 20 books, and I've got all of them right here. You can see they're all right here on the shelf. These pastel-looking books. It's cool because they all got similar covers here. The spines all look great together. You know, we always review the book's cover design and the illustration. All of these books have been illustrated by the same artist. His name is Joff Hunt. He does a great job with the covers, as you can see. Those are dope-looking covers. Each one of them a great-looking painting. And so let's talk about this book specific. We've talked about the whole series. I did review book number 1, which is titled Master and Commander. I don't know if this is going to stay up on the stand. Anyway, this is book 2. So look for my review of book 1 if you want to start with book 1, Master and Commander. I did leave a review of book 1. Just type in my name and Master and Commander, and the review will come up magically on your YouTube screen. This is a review of book 2. How do we know it's book 2? Because it has a little 2 there. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, book 3 has a little 3 right there. Anyway, seafaring adventures taking place roughly in the time of the Napoleonic Wars. 1803, to be specific. Napoleon has just sort of, fucked up Amiens. If you know that part of the war, that's where we're at in history. And our captain, Jack Aubrey, has had to flee for his life. From debtors, he's in debt. And he's had to flee. He's escaped a debtor's prison. And then he goes off on a seafaring adventure with his buddy Stephen Maturin and their ship. And, there's a mutiny. Do they or do they not survive a mutiny? Do they not survive, taking their ship into French-held harbors? And, because, it's Napoleon, it's the Napoleonic Wars, and these guys are English dudes, and the French don't like the English at this point in time. And being in ships and fighting and all that, So that's kind of where the adventure is. And it's just more or less a straight-out seafaring adventure. It's got all of the great writing that Patrick O'Brian puts in his books. I compare the writing style, and this is going to surprise a lot of you, mostly to Jane Austen. I consider these Jane Austen on the sea. These are Jane Austen if Jane Austen had written adventure novels rather than like Victorian romance. Because the language that he writes in, man, it is so reminiscent of the way Jane Austen writes. And the colloquialisms that the characters use, the way they speak to each other, the way they address each other, it's just straight out of a Jane Austen book. But this has flintlock pistols, cannons, pirates, adventure, sharks, Napoleonic Wars. It's just a lot more exciting. It's like Jane Austen, but more exciting. The great book. I liked book 2. Maybe not quite as much as book 1. I have read the entire 20-book series, but it's been so long ago, I don't remember much of any of it. And so rereading them is kind of a treat for me. This is the biggest one in the group. Most of them are a little thinner. I don't know if you can tell. This is book 3. It's a little thinner. Most of them are about this size. I mean, we're talking, this is 500 pages. Yeah, 500 pages and about 350 pages. Most of them are about the 350 page size. This one just seemed a little long for me. Maybe that was why I didn't quite get into it as much as book 1. So I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10, knocking points off just for the length, which makes no sense because look at the fucking books I write. Holy shit. Damn it, I am a hypocrite. I mean, people are right. I should just cancel this channel while I'm ahead.